Today's Toy Spot, we are having a look at the Playmates toys, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Mutations, Michelangelo. The final turtle that we will be looking at in this journey that we've taken, looking at the mutation pieces, and I have really enjoyed this turtle line. I really have enjoyed the fact that, first of all, Playmates would have brought back the old Mutations line, and second of all, that they ended up being really decent figures after all. My favorite probably is still going to be maybe Leonardo and Donatello, but as a whole, the line has really impressed me considerably. On the side, you can see the 3 steps, and it's not really even so much steps, it's just a bunch of folding in and folding out to transform him from Pet Turtle to Ninja Turtle. On the back of the package, the quick read-up says, mutated from ooze and raised in the ways of Nujitsu by their rat sensei Splinter, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles are ready to venture outside their sewer lair to fight evil everywhere. The other turtles that we've been looking at already are Leonardo, Raphael, Donatello, and now we'll be looking finally at Michelangelo. One thing to note as well is that all the turtles featured on the packaging don't have pupils, and yet the turtles themselves have pupils. So I think it's one of the more show-accurate lines that we've gotten from the new Turtles cartoon. To check out more from Playmates, you're going to go to www.playmatestoys.com. And you can also check out Spin Master as well, which distribute Turtles toys here in Canada. Having said that, Spot's going to take a break and get this opened up. When we come back, we're going to get a better look at the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Mutations, Michelangelo. Here's more anyway, guys. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. Like his other 4 brothers, Michelangelo comes included with his weapons, which Spot just dropped, but there's his 2 nunchucks. Interesting thing to note about the nunchucks included with Michelangelo is that they're both sculpted straight. Most of the time when you get nunchucks from Michelangelo, they tend to be always like the shape of like a U or, you know, an N. These ones are straight out. I'm surprised that you got 2 straight ones. If anything, maybe one could have been curved, one could have been straight, but you end up getting 2 straight nunchucks. Interesting. The nunchucks do fit into Michelangelo's hands. And it's, I don't know what it is, but the weapons of these turtles, and it could be the fact, I think the culprit is their thumbs. Their thumbs are so close to their 4 fingers that trying to get weapons in are not always the easiest. One hand I think I seem to fare pretty good on. The other hand, no pun intended, the other hand, you really have to fight to get it in there. And you see how close, you look how the spacing of Mikey's hand on one side, it allows for a little bit extra clearance. If you look at this one on the other hand, it's more closed in. And I feel like a lot of the turtles all had that same problem. Getting one hand in, holding the nunchucks, not so much of an issue, but this one, to get it in this hand is really hard. Articulation on Michelangelo is going to be the same as the other 4 turtles. And you know what, while we're at it, let's bring in the other 4 turtles that we looked at. There is Leonardo. There's Donatello. Probably again the stand. And finally there's Raphael. There's the 4 brothers. Again, really love these turtles. I love that they have pupils, first of all, in their eyes. The coloring is quite nice. They're nice, big, bulky turtles. I guess as the only strike is that they're all really essentially using the exact same body. So one, you know, like Michelangelo should be kind of shorter and Donatello should be taller, but they all essentially are the exact same height. That's the only strike that I would give to this line. But above and beyond this is a fairly inexpensive turtle figure. It's got lots of playability to it. But I think from a show-accurate standpoint, these are probably even better than like the Battle Shell turtles. The only difference is turtles like this size might make the other figures like, you know, Rocksteady Bebop, Shredder, even like the Krangs, it will dwarf them in size versus how big these guys end up being. So that's about the only... Scale-wise, they're not quite the proper scale to be fitting with those other Turtles figures. At any rate, moving the other turtles out of the way here. To transform, not really so much to transform, but to mutate Michelangelo into his pet turtle mode. First thing, actually, let's have a look at his articulation. He has a nice ball joint in the head, ball joint shoulders, hinge in the elbows, nice swivel there, and ball hinge, well, hinge joints in the knees, hinge joints in the feet as well. But to get him to mutate, what you're going to want to do is, you've seen this already, I know, you're going to pop the shell and extend out the legs. And I'll talk about the legs in a second. You know where Spot's going to go with this. Take the head and just pull it up as far as it will go. Spin the head around and then pop it back down. Take the arms and fold them in. It might also involve bending the elbows just to kind of get them to be properly in there. The tail, you have to kind of pull around. Sometimes it kind of just gets lost. Sometimes I just forget that the tail's even in there. And once you've got this all kind of sorted out, everybody knows what it needs to do, you can go ahead and close the shell back up. Sometimes, Spot's done this a couple of times already, sometimes you get the arms kind of caught. You have to just line them up as best you can. And then this snaps, just want to make sure the arms, there we go, are completely in. And then this snaps shut. And there you have pretty much just the turtle finished. The only then thing you're going to need to do is straighten out the legs. So take the back legs here, bring them forward as kind of far up as you can get them while still kind of keeping them close to the shell, and then move the legs forward and compensate in the back by just adjusting out the rubbery legs. Yes, I know the rubbery legs in the back kind of look ridiculous. Okay, they look a lot ridiculous. They don't really look like legs, they just look like pieces of rubber with you know, a shape on the end that just happens to bear resemblance to a foot. But from the front, it's a pretty clean looking transformation. Other than the fact that you've got the knee pads visible. Other than that, though, it's pretty clean. And I like the turtles. If you look at them like this, they're not so bad. If you look at them from this, okay, not so much. If you look at them from the back, okay, what's going on here? But if you kind of keep them from the front here, they do a pretty good job in order to get from turtle to this without, because I mean before, I think the original Mutations, I think you only popped the shell and I think the whole body folded in, but it kept about the same size. I wish I kind of still had those turtles when I was younger. Well, I wish I still kept them, I should say, from when I was younger. But there you have Michelangelo. Transforming him back, same idea. You're just going to open up the... This is the easier step, I find, is just taking him from the pet turtle to Ninja Turtle seems a lot easier because you're not really so much having to fold in anything. You're basically just folding out everything else. Fold the legs in, and then fold. Once everything's kind of in and out of the way, straighten out the legs. Tail, yeah, you can fold the tail in. You can also keep it out. I mean, it's small enough. You don't really see it too much on the Ninja Turtle once you've got him mutated. And then when everything's in place, snap the shell close again. And there you have Michelangelo. I don't know if I would say he's my favorite. I think by far my favorite probably from this set is Leo. Now granted, of course, they are using the same body, but head is probably my favorite from the two. For a rating, I think I'm going to give Michelangelo here a 7.5. He's not one of the weakest turtles. I think probably, I don't know, I still don't like Raph. There's Raph right there once again. His face, I don't know, is a little wonky. But I do like Mikey. Today's Toy Spot, we were finishing, I guess, our looks at the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutation Turtles. Today we're finishing our looks by having a look at Michelangelo. Stay tuned, guys. Spot's going to have more Toy Spots heading your way. Thanks for watching, as you always do. I'll see you guys next time.